24 hours at my fingertips. There is no way I would fail in business.
In each episode, we sit down with Christian CEOs who are shaping Zambia with vision, integrity, and purpose.
So that drive, you just have to keep pushing and pushing hard.
A man whose journey is as inspiring in the boardroom as it is in his walk with Christ.
I had to leave my family in Lusaka and told them to say, we'll start this business from Solwezi. We never closed during COVID. We had more business and we were working even sometimes shifts, 2 shifts, day and night shift. God always provides, and there is no hard work that has no results for labor.
Christ Life is more than a school. It's a nurturing community. Our qualified teachers use innovative methods that keep the minds and hearts of our students engaged. Our cafeteria isn't just a place to eat. It's a hub of nourishment and community. Our sports activities are always filled with fun and creativity that promote teamwork and confidence in every child. With access to the latest educational software, learners are prepared for the digital age with confidence and creativity, empowering students with skills in and out of the classroom. Swimming is a life skill that is cardinal for survival. Our ballet programs teaches more than just dance. It installs grace, discipline, and expression. The heart of knowledge builds in our school library with a wide collection of fiction, non-fiction, reference material, and digital resources. Our school offers exciting and safe playground facilities for both ECE and primary students. Safety is our top priority, and our drivers are carefully selected for their professionalism and commitment to the well-being of our students. At Christ Life School, we believe education is not just about passing exams. It's about preparation. So, if you are looking for a school that feels like home, where your child will be known, loved, and challenged to reach their highest potential, then Christ Life School is the place. Hey! Cbc Television presents
Battle of the Choirs.
Are you a singing group, choir praise team, musician, or other? This is your battle to showcase your talent.
Register yourself now by sending us a short video clip of yourself or group via WhatsApp number 0968 261196. You may also come in person to our offices located on plot number 4 Zambezi Drive, Meanwood, Ibex Hill, Lusaka.
This is your time to shine. Don't delay to battle it out in
Battle of the Choirs.
Battle of the Choirs. See you there.
Christ Life is more than a school. It's a nurturing community. Our qualified teachers use innovative methods that keep the minds and hearts of our students engaged. Our cafeteria isn't just a place to eat. It's a hub of nourishment and community. Our sports activities are always filled with fun and creativity that promote teamwork and confidence in every child. With access to the latest educational software, learners are prepared for the digital age with confidence and creativity, empowering students with skills in and out of the classroom. Swimming is a life skill that is cardinal for survival. Our ballet programs teaches more than just dance. It installs grace, discipline, and expression. The heart of knowledge builds in our school library with a wide collection of fiction, non-fiction, reference material, and digital resources. Our school offers exciting and safe playground facilities for both ECE and primary students. Safety is our top priority, and our drivers are carefully selected for their professionalism and commitment to the well-being of our students. At Christ Life School, we believe education is not just about passing exams. It's about preparation. So, if you are looking for a school that feels like home, where your child will be known, loved, and challenged to reach their highest potential, then Christ Life School is the place.
Welcome to CBC News with me, Jacqueline Mankanda. The headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema backs energy reforms as Zambia pushes universal power access. Vice President Nalumango urges large-scale cassava farming. Zambia hosts Pediatrics Heart Mission. MMA Zambia appeals for sponsorship ahead of World Championships. And now, the details. President Hakainde Hichilema backs energy reforms as Zambia pushes universal power access. President Hakainde Hichilema has reaffirmed energy sector reforms as central to achieving universal access to electricity and unlocking private investment across Africa. Opening the Energy Forum for Africa in Lusaka today, the president says reforms such as open access and independent power producers are already attracting capital, but more must be done to remove bureaucratic hurdles and create cost-reflective tariffs. He highlighted projects like the 100 megawatt Chisamba solar plant and regional interconnectors, calling for practical investments to match policy commitments. The three-day forum has drawn over 400 delegates, including regional ministers, financiers, and development partners, to chart pathways for affordable, reliable energy across the continent.
People. Yes, Mission 300 is important, but upstairs I indicated to my colleague, the CEO of Mission 300, that can we change the narrative? Mission 300 is making electricity available to 300 million Africans. But the population of Africa is well above 1.3, north of 1.3, 1.5 billion people. So this agenda is too narrow. We need to focus on universal access to electricity for all our people on the continent. That, I think, is important. We must raise our ambitions, and necessarily so. Who is that African who will accept not to be part of the target for them to receive electricity? How are we going to discriminate? These ones must not receive electricity, these ones must receive electricity. I think our citizens of the continent will not accept to be in the second or third category. So my encouragement is that we must focus on universal access to electricity. And that brings obvious economic benefits. Electricity, the engine of our economic growth and more growth agenda for us in Zambia. That's our trajectory. We're going to drive economic growth and more growth. It is that which will deliver social growth, benefits in the social economic sectors, in the community support for the weak, for those that require support. But electricity lagging behind, the shortages that we have for historical reasons, in some cases, one that because we've been a mono-energy economy, hydro largely, and the drought, especially the last drought, Western living memory, decapitated us terribly. And the horns were sounded that we've been exposed. even though we were happy that we were already a green economy in terms of energy country. But the exposure has been glaring. So we need to address that issue expeditiously.
Vice President Mutale Nalumango has called on chiefs in the Copperbelt province to embrace large-scale cassava farming, citing its potential to boost local communities. During her visit, Nalumango welcomed the commissioning of the Resettlement Division, noting that it will positively impact many lives. She also praised the initiative for creating employment opportunities for youth, describing it as a step in the right direction. Her visit underscores the government's commitment to economic growth and improving the livelihoods of citizens in the Copperbelt.
Maize nowadays business, the market is really available for maize. But for cassava, it was difficult. So most of them they stopped growing cassava. But with the coming of this plant, I think more of our chieftains, our farmers will start growing cassava. Because the market is available. So we are very thankful to this government. We are doing great to this mission. We are happy as chiefs. So we work hand in hand, and this will continue. Yes. And we are very thankful to the president for the European government for uniting this country. As chiefs, we have seen it as a right factor. Everywhere we go, it's unity. Chiefs are united, and it's our prayer that in our chiefdoms, all our subjects, and the country are united. This is what we do. So we are thankful. We honor the Vice President. May God bless you.
The National Heart Hospital in Lusaka has launched a pioneering pediatric cardiac mission in partnership with Tanzania's Jakaya Kikwete Cardiac Institute and the international organization Save a Child's Heart. The 2-in-1 program is treating 30 children with complex heart conditions, including 6 open heart and 4 closed heart surgeries, alongside 20 minimally invasive catheter procedures. Zambian and Tanzanian surgical teams are working together, supported by medical supplies from Save a Child's Heart. Dr. Chabwela Shumba, Senior Medical Superintendent at NHH, says carrying out these procedures locally could save the government around 150,000 United States dollars. The mission also strengthens Zambia's pediatric cardiology training while highlighting regional collaboration in life-saving cardiac care.
Doctors, nurses, also technicians, the biomedical professions. So with this excellent program, we want to expand our scope in collaboration from pediatric also to adults, as I just mentioned. We need also to collaborate on excellent programs and research to build the capacity for Zambia Hospital. Actually, yesterday I was also mentioned to you that we might also come up with a registry for disease like rheumatic, heart failure. We can combine this register, and this is a way to we can even attract researchers to this sort of applied grant, which will also help to sustain our.
Let me also, for the interest of time, just to write on the protocol already established. But I want to do justice if I don't mention Dr. Chabwela Shumba, Senior Medical Superintendent for National Heart Hospital. This is our hospital. We also recognize Dr. Peter Asenge for taking your time and traveling to Zambia. For our brother, this is your home away from you. And also Mr. Simon Fisher traveled all the way from Israel, coming to our country, Zambia, our great country. And also, let me recognize all members of the National Health Hospital, including Dr. Stella and others, but without forgetting fourth estates, the press, whom without them we cannot, whatever we discuss cannot be shared to the outside. All about goods, it is all about services, excellent services to our people. So gone are the days where we ended up in competition. This is time for communicating each other. This is time for sharing whatever we have. And
Ndola Teaching Hospital has concluded its week-long orthopedic week, performing 27 major surgeries for patients from the Copperbelt and Northern regions. The Ministry of Health provided 1.2 million kwacha for surgical implants, enabling trauma-related procedures and hip replacements to be done locally. Ministry and hospital representatives say the initiative has cut waiting times and will continue ensuring more patients across Zambia have access to specialized care.
Thank you very much. So first of all, as we deploy our health services, there is a component of specialist health services that we need to pay attention to. Now, this is the orthopedic surgery. When you look at the spinal surgery, look at the big joint surgeries, and just generally the complicated fractures that we get. So some of them need a lot of specialized implants to put into the patient so that you can re-establish the reunion and re-establish mobility. So the whole idea why we do this thing is to ensure that we restore function as much as possible to prevent disability from occurring from whatever is causing that problem. So one of the things that we noticed is that the availability of implants was a problem. So we have the orthopedic surgeons who have been trained and they are able to carry out these procedures in country. And when you look at treatment abroad, one of the things we send patients for is total hip replacement, knee replacements, and spinal surgeries. So if we are able to localize these specialized functions within the country, then that budget that we use for treatment abroad, we can turn it around and we start calling it supposed to localized specialized treatment.
We now take our first commercial break. After that, we'll be back with more news.
Hey, hey, hey! CBC Television presents
Battle of the Choirs.
Are you a singing group, choir praise team, musician, or other? This is your battle to showcase your talent.
Register yourself now by sending us a short video clip of yourself or group via WhatsApp number 0968 261196. You may also come in person to our offices located on plot number 4 Zambezi Drive, Meanwood, Ibex Hill, Lusaka.
This is your time to shine. Don't delay to battle it out in
Battle of the Choirs.
Battle of the Choirs. See you there.
And now for the rest of the news. President Hakainde Hichilema will officially open the 5th session of the 13th National Assembly this Friday, September 12th. Acting Clerk of the National Assembly, Loveness Mayaka, confirmed the development in a statement, saying members of Parliament will debate the President's policy pronouncements during this session. She also announced that Finance Minister Stumbeko Msokotwani is scheduled to present the 2025 national budget on September 26th in line with the President's agenda. The sitting marks the start of the parliamentary calendar, traditionally known as the budget meeting, which runs from September to December. Lumezi Town Council has recovered over 420,000 kwacha from Constituency Development Fund loan defaulters following court action in Chipata. The council sued 34 defaulters last month, seeking more than 1,400,000 kwacha in unpaid loans, part of government efforts to support small and medium enterprises. In the last 3 weeks, 18 beneficiaries have repaid over 420,000 kwacha, while 4 others signed court agreements to pay more than 212,000 kwacha within 2 weeks. The court has warned that failure to honor these agreements could lead to asset seizure. Meanwhile, 10 additional defaulters are set to appear in court next week as proceedings continue. The council has commended those who have repaid and urged others to settle their obligations promptly.
Lumezi Town Council has managed to make recoveries in amounts totaling more than 420,000 kwacha from Constituency Development Fund, the CDF loan beneficiaries who had been defaulting in terms of repaying their loans ever since they were empowered in 2022 and 2023. The local authority last month did take legal action by suing 34 CDF loan defaulters in the Chipata Subordinate Court, seeking to recover 1,463,776 kwacha in unpaid arrears. So the legal action was actually taken in the best interest of sustaining government's empowerment initiative, which is aimed at supporting SMEs with access to affordable financing. So out of the 34 CDF loan defaulters who had been sued, we have 18 CDF empowerment loan beneficiaries who have made payments in the last 22 days and amounts totaling 420,822 kwacha has been recovered from these 18 loan beneficiaries. So in another development, we do have the Chipata Subordinate Court through Resident Magistrate Destiny Kalusopa, who has entered consent judgment against 4 CDF loan defaulters as defendants who have agreed to pay their arrears totaling 212,480 kwacha that is owed to the local authority under CDF. So in passing judgment on 26th August 2025, Resident Magistrate Kalusopa did caution that failure by the defendants to honor the judgment would result in a writ of fear of fascia being issued against them. And still in the same Chipata Subordinate Court, Senior Resident Magistrate Felix Kauma on 5th September 2025 entered judgment in default of defense pursuant to Order 33, Rule Number 1, Chapter 28 of the Laws of Zambia. So the judgment is against 4 defendants who are the CDF loan defaulters who failed to respond to the plaintiff's claim, in this case being Lumezi Town Council, in the required time frame. Resident Magistrate Kauma, in delivering judgment, said it is adjudged that the plaintiff recovers against the said defendants the sum total of 213,719 kwacha 28 ngwe, being full payment and costs upon receiving the judgment. So we do have in a related development 10 other CDF loan defaulters who are yet to appear in the Chipata Subordinate Court next week as their civil case continues to be heard over the non-payment of CDF loans. So the 10 will appear before Magistrates Betty Mwinga, Magistrates Chikumbi Ngulube, as well as Magistrate Lydia Luenje. And as a local authority, we want to commend those CDF loan empowerment beneficiaries who were sued but did respond positively to this court action by making payments towards their loan arrears. And we want to actually also call upon those who have not yet made the payments despite being served the court summons, that they should actually respond favorably to this good cause by the local authority, which is aimed at ensuring that the revolving funds are actually accessed by many other residents in Lumezi constituency.
Persons with disabilities are calling for greater inclusion in governance. They are urging policymakers to make accessibility a priority, guarantee fair representation, and ensure equal participation in decision-making. Advocates say these steps are key to building a more inclusive and democratic society.
Chairperson for the Chipata, Vibrant Women with Disabilities. Yes, in governance, I'll say persons with disabilities shouldn't be left out, because if they are left out, then I think we won't get anywhere. So us being included in governance is very, very important, because we are the ones that are having it with us. So no one can feel what we feel if we are left out. All we'll talk about at the moment is discrimination shouldn't be there, one. Two, we shouldn't be taken to advantage of, to say that because this person has a disability, we will not do anything because of their disability. Governance is very, very important, but you don't leave us out. We should always be in participations. I'm a woman and I know where I'm heading to, and I want to be a woman like everybody else who does not.
We now take our second break, after which we have sports and international news.
Christ Life is more than a school. It's a nurturing community. Our qualified teachers use innovative methods that keep the minds and hearts of our students engaged. Our cafeteria isn't just a place to eat. It's a hub of nourishment and community. Our sports activities are always filled with fun and creativity that promote teamwork and confidence in every child. With access to the latest educational software, learners are prepared for the digital age with confidence and creativity, empowering students with skills in and out of the classroom. Swimming is a life skill that is cardinal for survival. Our ballet programs teaches more than just dance. It installs grace, discipline, and expression. The heart of knowledge builds in our school library with a wide collection of fiction, non-fiction, reference material, and digital resources. Our school offers exciting and safe playground facilities for both ECE and primary students. Safety is our top priority, and our drivers are carefully selected for their professionalism and commitment to the well-being of our students. At Christ Life School, we believe education is not just about passing exams, it's about preparation. So, if you are looking for a school that feels like home, where your child will be known, loved, and challenged to reach their highest potential, then Christ Life School is the place.
In football updates, Chipolo Polo coach Avran Grant has expressed pride in his players despite Zambia's 2-0 loss to Morocco in a FIFA World Cup qualifier played at a packed Levi Monawasa Stadium in Ndola. Grant admitted that 2 costly errors proved decisive on the night, but he praised his side's overall performance against a Moroccan team ranked 24th in the world and regarded as one of Africa's most formidable. He noted that Morocco created very few clear chances from open play, with both their goals coming from defensive lapses, one in the first half and another from long range. The coach also highlighted the positives, pointing to the steady progress of the squad and the impact of young European-based players who are beginning to break into the team. He described them as the future of Zambian football, adding that their international exposure will be crucial in raising the team's standards. Zambia, who are still chasing their first ever FIFA World Cup qualification, will now wrap up their Group E campaign next month with fixtures against Niger and Tanzania, matches that Grant insists will be important for building confidence and momentum going forward.
So 6 went well. We also had good chances. 2 times bonus save, 1 time the last save. This is the name of the game. This game is very strange for me as a coach. Because on one side of the boys, they fight like crazy,
Mixed Martial Arts Zambia is appealing for sponsorship as the country prepares to make its debut at the World MMA Championships later this year. Federation President Benjamin Bush says the sport has grown tremendously in recent years, producing medal-winning athletes at continental level, but financial challenges continue to hinder progress. Last year, Zambia made headlines when fighter Gilbert Ndlovu won a gold medal at the IMMAF Africa Championships in Namibia, an achievement Bush says proves the country has a talent to compete at the highest level. However, he explained that the federation is struggling to raise funds for travel, registration, and athlete allowances. Bush has called on corporate sponsors, stakeholders, and the general public to come on board and support the fighters as they prepare to represent Zambia on the global stage. That's the latest from MMA Zambia as an urgent call for support to the athletes to chase history at the World Championships.
Bush, I'm the president of Mixed Martial Arts Zambia. I'm also the head coach of the national team. I'm here appealing for support for the national team to go to the World Championships in Tbilisi, Georgia. We have 2 weeks to go. Our team is an incredible team. Our sport is one of the highest performing sports in the country. We have the highest ranked combat sports athlete that Zambia has ever had in the last 15 years in Miracle Chipito. She's the #1 flyweight in the world in mixed martial arts, which is one of the most demanding combat sports there is. You can strike, you can wrestle, you can submit. We've all seen it in the UFC. And we have a team of 11 athletes, including Gilbert Ndlovu, former gold medalist. Miracle Chipito just came back from the African Championships with a gold medal. In fact, we went to the Africa Championships. We were underfunded. We wanted to take a team of 24, and I guarantee you we would have come back with treasure trove of medals. Unfortunately, we could only take 6 athletes, and we still came back with 5 medals. We came back with 1 gold. Miracle Chipito got gold. We came back with 2 silvers, Tryford Mwanga and Watinta Mwene, and then we came back with 2 bronze medals as well in Jarsel Chibwe and Kilian Lungu. We constantly perform above and beyond, and we're asking and appealing, give us the opportunity to go and show the world how good we are in this sport. There's over 700 athletes, there's over 100 nations. In Miracle Chipito's division, there's 16 fighters, which means you will have to fight 4 times in order to get gold. In Gilbert's division, there are 32 fighters, meaning he's going to have to fight 5 times to get gold. And believe me when I tell you that we can do it, we can achieve it.
I started mixed martial art, I was 2022, and believe me, the journey was hard because we never had a good sponsorship. You know, we've been struggling from scratch up to where we are today. Even, you know, mixed martial art, getting medals, you know, we're getting those medals through struggles, you know, dedication, hard work, commitment. You know, if we didn't put all our effort in that sponsorship, we would have quit, believe me.
In international news, we monitored the BBC.
Now, there are now more obese or overweight children in the world than underweight ones. That's according to a report out today from the UN's children's agency, UNICEF. It says 1 in 10 children globally are now living with obesity. Low and middle income countries are experiencing the steepest rise in overweight school children and adolescents. South Africa is one of the countries listed as having the biggest problems with childhood obesity, with 25% of under 5s overweight or obese. Our Africa correspondent Mayeni Jones went to meet some of those trying to turn the tide by improving child nutrition.
Teaching kids about health, one plate at a time. The school in Johannesburg has banned sweets and processed food from its campus. All the meals it serves are vegetarian, with the occasional fish dish.
So today on the menu it's khichdi, which is a mix of dal and rice with tomato chutney, halloumi and salad.
The parents of the students here have been asked only to bring fruit, vegetables and homemade food for their kids to eat.
Yeah, this food is delicious. It's great.
The school management says that despite some initial resistance, their food policy has led to helpful conversations around healthy eating.
If all schools were to emulate our intention of being thoughtful and conscious of health and what children are putting into their bodies and what food is being sold to children, like chocolates and sweets and sugary fizzy drinks, the health to the children would be served, and the conversations that would emerge from the food policy would enormously benefit the children's health.
According to the UN, rates of overweight and obese teenagers around the world have nearly tripled in the last 2 decades, and younger kids are not spared. The number of overweight children aged 5 to 9 has gone from 69 to 147 million. This growth has been blamed on the spread of convenience food, including ultra-processed goods. Poor and middle-income countries have seen the biggest surge in overweight and obese children, but there are some differences. Where in poorer countries, these kids come from wealthier families who can pay for high-calorie foods. In middle-income economies like here in South Africa, more people can afford to go to fast food restaurants, and there's been an explosion of them.
For Fanta, it says 44.
While studying food science, Siposetu noticed that healthy options were too expensive.
Yeah. And another thing is the issue of portion sizes. Even if you were to get those items, the cheaper items for students, you find that the portion sizes are too big, and they are turning us into, or making us into to overeat, basically.
South Africa introduced higher taxes on sugary drinks in 2018, but it hasn't stopped the growing obesity rate in children here. 22% of kids under 5 are overweight or obese, up from 13% in 2016.
That we may eat.
The UN says countries need to improve access to local, nutritious food for children and teenagers. In the meantime, it's left to individuals and institutions to try and improve the health of future generations. Mayeni Jones, BBC News, Johannesburg.
As we end the news, a recap of the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema backs energy reforms as Zambia pushes universal power access. Vice President Nalumango urges large-scale cassava farming. Zambia hosts Pediatrics Heart Mission. MMA Zambia appeals for sponsorship ahead of World Championships. On that note, we end the news for this segment. Until we see you next time, This has been Jacqueline Mankanda.